Assalamu alaikum, I'm Shamsa and I'm here with my co-host. Assalamu alaikum guys, my name is Maimuna and we are here today. We want to talk a little bit about education and it will be general in terms of our experience. So how was your education?
I think I would say from my experience, just the normal experience of going to the normal primary school, high school, campus in Nairobi, and the organic way of life. And now here I am working.
That's
yes,
that's great.
And I believe that in every stage has been a milestone. Being a Somali, a girl from Northeastern Province, and I think I've always had the need to prove myself. From my opinion, from me Maimuna, I have always wanted to prove myself, to do better, and luckily, my mom, or rather my parents, advocated for that. Yeah,
That's great.
yeah. Tell me, what do you think about yours? What is your experience?
In terms of education, for me, kwanza, education is a game changer, and I've seen the importance of education, especially to our likes. It has opened so many doors for me, even though I haven't gone through the natural way of Form 4, then university. In between, I had to get a job and then go to university, and I still believe I'm still learning.
Yeah,
I haven't still stopped learning up to now, and I always advocate. Every time you will see me meeting my colleagues, I'm like, there's this program, we are doing
go
this.
back
So,
to school,
yes, go back to school. Because I believe, one, it's a game changer, it's an equalizer, and I would like to see our likes getting education. Whether you decide you want to be a housewife,
whatever you want to become.
Yeah, whatever you want to become, education is key. So I would say learn to unlearn and learn again.
Yeah, especially when you want to choose I believe when you want to choose your career path.
Exactly.
Yeah, that has been a little bit off for me. As much as I said I went through the organic, the normal process. When I finished my high school, I don't know, was it from my experience, my background, my environment? I did not know exactly what to do. And of course, I went through the university, loved working with the community, but almost 10 years down the line, I had to literally find out my niche, and that's what I pursued in my master's. So I think I would say there is no an organic way.
Yeah,
you do
not
whatever.
limit yourself, actually.
Yes, you do whatever works for you. Whether you start working first, alafu you get, you go to school later, at least, because it's expensive. You have to pay for your school. Or else if you get lucky, you go to your school and get a job later.
Yeah.
Because
one thing I always say, at the moment, I'll be a bit... I know it will touch on some people the bad way. You cannot tell someone to defend you, get a job, yet you haven't done the work.
You don't have
You're
the
just
papers.
a Form 4 leaver. I'm sorry to say that.
Yes.
You're just a Form 4 leaver or a secondary dropout, and then you just want someone to push for you. Because at the moment, we have so many unemployed people. So who will you give the priority to? Someone who has the papers.
Yeah.
That's the person you'll consider. And then remember, we stand a better chance than other. Imagine someone coming from Kiambu and someone coming from Mandera, the CDF. They are a bit different.
Yeah.
We have the chances of, as much as our schools are not at the top tiers, but at least we have the chances to get that basic education before even you go. And we have our challenges.
And
we have so many challenges that I don't want to go into, but we stand a better chance in terms of getting assistance, even from the government itself. And especially as a lady, the only thing that will never wake up and say they are tired, it's your papers. Relationship, people will wake up one day and say they are tired.
Yeah.
Your papers, your education,
it's always your
they will
backup.
never wake up and say they are tired.
Yes, it will always be your backup.
It will always be your
regardless.
backup. Regardless.
Yes, whether you are married or not.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe in every situation.
Exactly.
Once you have your papers, you can always yeah, even if you fall, kianguka kiasi, but at the end of the day, I believe with your papers. And when it comes to education, I do not only believe in the primary high school, what we are used to. I believe education comes with exposure.
Exactly.
It comes with getting skills,
knowledge.
courtesy of education. Me and you, we met years back, right? From different backgrounds. Though we are from the same ethnic community, but at least, but different environment. So that's what I believe. And education might not work for you. I mean, getting work.
Yeah.
It might not work for you, but at least you get the exposure to start a business, anything, poultry, selling clothes, any business.
There's always that difference.
There's that thing.
There's always that difference that it will bring on the table.
There's someone who is educated or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will always create that niche for you. So for education, I always give it high five. Whether it's the secular one, whether it's the informal one, get something for yourself.
What do you think of modern education? Like, how has it impacted us as a Somali community? What do you think of it?
It has really had an impact on us, especially, remember, we're a very conservative community. We are coming from the northern frontier country. We had been sidelined for so many years. And to be honest, what made us rich here, it's education. If you see us serving at the top tier of the government, it's through education.
Yeah.
We did not get here by sheer luck.
Yeah.
The fact that we are on the marginalized side of the community, it's through education. Nobody has said, just because you're marginalized, you'll be given that position. It's the papers they brought on the table. That's what made us be here. The other impact that the modern education had for us, it's through the modern education that we came to understand that there's something that our people are practicing and that we need to relearn and learn. The FGM. Were it not for education, we'll never have known that it's being practiced. It's practiced, but at least now it can be brought publicly and say it's being practiced. And we are able to learn the harmful it has caused upon us. So that's why it's all through about education. I don't know what about your feelings about that.
I think it has promoted literacy.
Yes.
It has made us to be more informed.
Exactly.
Basically what is happening outside our community, outside our country. I mean globally, from a global perspective. I think, as you said, you can never go wrong. Yeah, you can never go wrong with education. But one thing I think that is a little bit, it has become a challenge is the CBC. Yes. Can we discuss a little bit about the CBC?
Yeah, we are mother. Actually, I think it's something we need to discuss.
They call us CBC mothers, right?
Exactly.
What do you think of it?
Actually, we need to discuss. Tell me your feelings about CBC.
Okay, I believe we are privileged.
Yes.
That our kids go to good schools and at least they get the assistance, as far as project assistance, digital, for example, the printing, the photocopy, and all of that. But I'm a little bit worried for a child who is, let's say, in the rural parts of Garissa,
imagine
in the rural parts of Masalani, Elwak, Mandera, are they in a position to have copier? Even having a class is a problem for them.
Even having the farm to do the practicals.
Yeah. Even having books, the basics of education is even a challenge. Yes. Do you think even like the CBC is, because we get to do the same exams at the end of the day, we get to do the same national exams. But I believe coming from, I will not say a marginalized community, but I think we are kind of behind as far as the other communities, or as far as the CBC is concerned, because it's you know what we've done. We visited the what is it called, the mechanics.
Yes.
I don't know to do what. I believe we've assisted
gone to the market to
we've assisted our kids, to make what is called beam. What is it called? Beam.
The
thing that
what do we call this thing that cleans the
this thing that has to balance but doesn't balance. What is it called?
The pivot.
That thing. We've gone to the market.
Yeah.
Yes, we've collected bottle tops. I think we can all relate. We have to, like right now I got a message from the teacher asking me to print some documents for the child to revise for his my child to revise for his exams. That's what I'm saying.
CBC.
Like, what do you think?
I totally agree with you. The whole education on CBC, I don't know whether they did feasibility studies or maybe if they did, what did they agree upon? But our problems are unique in matters of where we come from in terms of lack of basic things.
Yeah.
But sometimes I also put blame on our leaders in terms of infrastructure.
Yeah.
we should be blaming now on something different. But
like, why will you think of all that and yet you have no food, you have no good roads,
exactly.
Imagine have no hospitals.
You have no hospital,
yeah, so
and then you're here on top.
So printer will be the last thing in your
yeah,
head,
exactly.
Right?
As a parent, printer is the last thing you're thinking about. As a parent, getting that apron for your kid who is Nini is the last thing you're thinking about. And then on top of that, I can speak for my people, our Somali community, where, or those people that we feel are marginalized. Imagine a kid in Mandera.
Okay.
They don't even, let me say, don't even go to Mandera. Go to a very near town in Garissa. They don't even have the structure to allow that lab for that CBC to happen. Yeah, because nowadays I see they are learning the periodic table at grade 8. When will that kid even get to understand the color of ammonium? What was it? The ammonium, the ammonium nitrate. We were not given the chance. So in terms of impact, yes, it had education has had a very good impact. But now maybe the 844 we had it for long. That's why we knew how to maneuver through it. But now with the CBC, I feel that's one of the challenges.
I believe it adds up to the challenge of the girl child.
Exactly.
Yeah, because the boy and the girl child are not treated the same. There's these defined roles that the boy has to provide and the girl has to nurture. So I believe it literally starts from when we are kids. Yeah, so I think that also is a challenge.
It's a challenge
on its own, yeah.
So I think the other bit on if we are we done with the positive side of modern education?
Yeah, I think we've tackled
literally. We haven't tackled on how it has made the current modern education. Actually, we, as a conservative community, we have moved away from defined careers. Like, as a lady, you must be a nurse. As a lady. Nowadays, with that,
that's why
with the current
defined roles obviously affect the careers we choose.
Exactly.
Yes.
But it has had a positive change in terms of the impact. Nowadays, you won't force your kid to do a doctor just because he's a boy.
Because there's a course you want.
Exactly. So that education has had positive impact, especially on our culture.
I think that's the importance of also CBC.
Exactly.
Yes, it is based on competence.
Exactly, it's based on competence.
From primary, you know what your child is good at, and then that is the path they choose. They were not as confused. They'll not be as confused as us, I believe.
Yes.
By the time Anamaliza Form 4 to campus, they'll be good at what they love doing.
So should we go ahead with the CBC or we go back to
No, I believe as much as it is confusing,
yes.
As much as it's confusing, because I told you I was confused, not confused at the beginning, like I didn't know what I wanted to do after Form 4. I did psychology, and I majored in psychology and sociology, but as I went to the work environment, at least it took me a while to get my niche. But you see, with CBC, from primary, mtoto anajua ni nini anataka kufanya huko mbele. So imagine they'll just practice it. You starting being young, and by the time unafika campus, guess what? So you're good at it.
So we let the CBC run, but let's
just start with how it.
But how about a kid who is in Mandera Main?
You see, now that's the thing. That's now the challenge. What happens?
Unless now something has to be done in terms of the infrastructure. Yeah.
But I think, but as we earlier mentioned, CBC is the least of the problems they have right now. Yeah. I cannot be thinking of the books and all of that, and yet we don't have even class. Some of our kids are under a tree, unfortunately. Not only northeastern, but I will say the northern part of Kenya.
I totally agree.
Yes.
I don't know whether we were cast or there's a problem with us.
We are not cast. We will change. Cast is a bit too much. No, we'll change. Our kids and the future generation will.
But imagine the same problem that my grandfather was complaining about is the same problem I'm saying about what we don't have.
But I think that is what.
Yet now we're educated, we're exposed.
Leaders.
We know what our community lacks. Yet we are not fighting towards that direction.
You know what will change that? Yeah. I believe the moment we get away from negotiated, clan-based leadership election or kind of leadership.
Yeah.
That because it reaches the year of election, apparently we forget. We literally forget, kila mtu na mtu wake. Apparently damu ni zito.
Morara hata kubaliwa hapo.
Apparently damu ni zito ikifika, when it goes to the ground.
Yeah.
But unless we choose people who are going to perform, who know what is missing in our counties, who have experienced it, until we do that, I don't think it's going to be. We have a long way to go. Okay, let me tell you, I believe hata kama we have we go the negotiated clan based, but I'm sure you have the best in your clan.
From that clan.
Not the rich ones, not the ones with the money, not the ones with the biggest number of people.
But the person who takes that decision.
Hapa kuna numbers, hapa kuna hapana. Hata pale kuna numbers, you can get the best.
Maskini yako na right ya kuita the elders.
That's what I'm saying. Choose that best person who will create. Someone who is very straightforward. Someone who has the best interest of that small community at heart. Literally from MCAs to up there. Or else, it will be just a way of getting rich, chap.
Na ile kusema we kula hii yako, next tutatafuta mwingine. It's really problematic.
Don't interfere with us. This is
our time to eat.
This person represents a community. I think it's so wrong.
We need to do a lot, especially the educated lot. We need to go back and have that mentorship kind of program.
Imagine we have so many.
We are so many people. If we can just hold our hand and say, okay, we are going to educate our mothers and our sisters back at home and tell them the truth that yes, we choose Mr. A, but what is he going to offer? What are the track record? Okay, we are retaining this person. What has he done? And nowadays, remember, we are privileged enough to have a constitution where everyone has their own role differently. Where we know the role of an MCA, we know the role of an MP and a governor. Something that I think we did not. We maybe before the constitution could not understand or know. Mtu angetubeba tu kiufala. But now we understand.
Yeah.
So if we can just take that and tell
do you have?
Exactly.
That's the question.
Now that's the
what
problem.
Excuse do you have? Leadership has literally been brought to the grassroots.
I don't know.
You are represented from the grassroots level. That's what I'm saying. So what excuse do you have?
And then the way devolution was something that will have really opened the door, especially for people from the northern frontier. Imagine segregated from 1963 up to 2008. And then you're given a chance where you're given budgets.
Yes.
You're given slots. You come negotiate for things. And then, is it 13 years down the line?
Remember, you're given budgets for everything.
Exactly.
Like right now, as you said earlier, we cannot be in a victim mode.
No.
Devolution has brought
everything
down.
Yeah.
Leadership, education, empowerment, everything. All I'm saying is you don't have to do things for individuals.
Exactly.
Yes,
Just do for the
employ
community.
them, but tengeneza barabara, you know. Build schools build schools for kids.
You have the funds.
Make sure the hospital is well equipped with different kind of machines. I remember growing up, Garissa General Hospital was like the experience, you know, the like from my memories was the best.
Imagine.
It used to be, I think, level 5. People even from Wachata Northeastern, Eastern Province used to come there in terms of medication, in terms of the doctors, nutritionist. Garissa, I don't know, let me speak for Garissa because I came from there. Was super nice sham. It was good. But now
13 years down the
we
line.
are not blaming people, but what excuse do you have?
What since devolution,
like what excuse do you
can
have?
we give out and say, okay, for 13 years, this is what is we are able to see. You know, you're either able to see, feel, touch. This is something that you're able to see and say, and let them not use this excuse of this, that Madogashe Road. That's the national government projects. But something that devolution has brought on board that you can say, enyewe, kuna kazi imefanyika hapa.
Yeah.
But
schools, equip schools. Provide.
Has there been any additional school?
Not that I know of.
Secondary school?
Maybe primaries. And those are privates mostly. Those are private mostly.
So literally, public schools, nada.
Nada.
We have a problem. Yeah.